The 1976 novel Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry by Mildred D. Taylor is the depiction of the life and times of a black family living in the South of Jim Crow. Descended from sharecroppers, this family was at long last able to purchase their own farm and its attendant cotton fields, and they struggled to make it a success in spite of the white farmers who surrounded them with their own cotton fields, said farmers of which were steeped in racial prejudice. They had connections to the Klan. Some of them were even night men themselves, as that element was called from time to time back then. As I say, the story chronicles the experiences and mainly the strife and struggles of this family, and it culminates to a climax, a confrontation between the black family and these white aggressors. And then lightning strikes. A roll of thunder, hear my cry. The child points out that the cotton, being incendiary, has gone up in flames. And it is the cotton centered in the middle of the field belonging to the black family. When everyone sees that this has happened, black and white, the weapons are dropped, the animosity is dropped, and everyone goes running into that field in order to stay that fire. Because it is understood that fire, in turn, does not understand boundaries, fence posts, lines, property, and does not understand the complexion of one's skin. It was likewise understood that if the cotton field of the black family burned, the fire would not stop there. It would continue until it had consumed the adjacent cotton fields, those belonging to the white farmers. Everything would have been destroyed. This was understood. And shoulder to shoulder, these black folks and white folks knew that they had to stop the fire. And they did so. Now, as some of you might know, aberrations, when they come along, even in the middle of a conflict, they can cause that conflict to be set aside. And sometimes, when you're very fortunate, after the fact, once the smoke is cleared, sometimes out of sheer exhaustion, sometimes out of commiseration, based upon this mutual experience, a dialogue begins, communication, and upon that communication, sometimes stability can be founded. This world, either by God, by the powers that be, by the universe, by Mother Earth, by Mother Nature, however you wish to word it, this world had visited upon it earlier this year just such an aberration in the form of this virus. Now, the rest of the world notwithstanding, you know for yourselves the piss-poor response which this country has had. The rest is history and continues to be history because, as you know, this problem has not yet been resolved. Second chances are very rare in this reality. And yet, in a not so abstract, not really so surreal way, you've been dealt a second chance in the form, going all the way back to Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, of wildfires. A large percentage of this country is currently, metaphorically, figuratively, yes, but now literally, in flames. And the opportunity of this aberration once again presents itself to put everything aside and focus on this all-consuming fire for the mutual symbiotic good of all. Now it would appear that instead of recognizing and grasping this opportunity, galvanizing it into the universal and unanimous solidarity which is necessary to squelch this inferno, it would appear that it is being exploited as an opportunity to ascribe blame, to point the finger, to make unfounded unfounded, absurd accusations, to inflict politicized allegations at an alleged enemy responsible for everything, searching for scapegoats amidst this crisis. Such an action surpasses merely contemptible stupidity. Such an action is, in fact, criminal, pathologically criminal. Mark my words, if this ultimately suicidally self-inflicted sabotage does not stop, and instead a united, concerted effort to address this emergency is not adopted, you, me, we, us, them, everybody, and everything, once again, metaphorically, figuratively, and now, above all, literally, is going to go up in flames.